Hello, guys. So my name is Kamil. I come from Poland. I am pilot, sailor, and diver. That's why security for me is more the important thing. I have 2 or 3 days ago some accident during the diving that my voice is broken. So today I will speak about security in WordPress, security in hosting, security in servers. But at the beginning, why do you think hackers are trying to hack our websites? Do you think it's a denial of service? It's been a long time when the last tango down has been seen. The most popular group, LulzSec, do you know LulzSec? No, because everyone is arrested. Sabo is working with FBI. It was the most huge group that was DDoSing the servers. Lizard Squad, they did a Sony, Microsoft. Nobody heard about this because DDoS is not good right now. Dead Melox is the leader of the Team Ghost show. Right now he's looking for a job. Yeah, they, in 2012, stopped DDoSing the pages. The hackers can't make money about DDoSing, so they need to think something different. So they start earning money about, for example, data leaking. Who is from us using Ashley Madison service? Nobody? Because they leaked 25 gigabytes of data. Logins, password, sexual preferences, accounts, PayPal access, staff documents. These are real money. Another reason why hackers are hacking our website is politics. Also, for example, Donald Trump were using bots to manipulate voting. Another reason is stealing credit cards, banks, identity. Here, we have money. Idealism, hacktivism, blocking, Wall Street blocking, ACTA in Poland and in whole Europe. And my favorite group is our script kiddies. Yeah, some people died downloading this script, choosing random page, pressing button hacked, and just hacking the pages. But in WordPress world, we have senior script kiddies. This guy hacks WordPress using pull request to the GitHub. He create pull request with own PHP shell and submit the pull request to the official core. And this pull request was rejected because this hash was, yes, this hash was not Saudi, but Saudi with small letter. So, yeah. And the last group of hackers are security researchers. Bounty hackers, black or white hats. They are looking for security holes. They are earning money with looking for the security holes. Yes, and if you browse the FBI web pages, you can see that FBI is looking for some hackers that they hacked some American pages. They are working for China government, and the FBI is looking for them. And in the cybersecurity world, some kinds of the group of hackers have slangs. So, what country means by moving the beers? What do you think? Russians, exactly. Pandas? Chinese. Kittens? Iron? Kadimon? It's Liban, Hezbollah. They hacked Israel security cameras on the airports. Cybergang. This is Palestine. Guardians of Peace. North Korea. And tailored access operations, NSA. Okay, so how they do this? This is my favorite sentences. Treat passwords like panties. So first of all, change frequently. Do not borrow strangers. And keep out of the site. I know it's funny, but it's really true. Here we have some password for one of you, from the mobile phone to mobile hotspot. I was able to connect. Sitting at the end of this room, taking a picture of one of you hotspot password. Keep out of the site your passwords, please. Because it's easy to hack you. So I will show this.
You know, we've been hearing a lot about cybersecurity lately, largely because of what happened to Sony. Companies and individuals are more concerned about the safety and privacy of their information than ever. President Obama has unveiled a number of new proposals this week to crack down on hackers, and he plans to address this in the State of the Union speech on Tuesday. And it's great that the government is working on this, but the truth of the matter is we need to do a better job of protecting ourselves. You know, the most popular password in the United States is password 123. And as long as that's the case, we're vulnerable. So today we sent a camera out on Hollywood Boulevard to help people by asking them to tell us their password. And this is how that went.
We're talking about cybersecurity today and how safe people's passwords are. What is one of your online passwords currently?
It is my dog's name and the year I graduated from high school.
Oh, what kind of dog do you have?
I have a Chihuahua Papillon.
And what's its name?
Jameson.
Jameson. And where'd you go to school?
I went to school back in Greensburg, Pennsylvania.
What school?
Hempfield Area Senior High School.
Oh, when did you graduate?
In 2009.
Oh, great.
It's like my cat's name and then just like a random number.
Okay. Have you had this cat for a while?
Yeah, she's my childhood pet.
Aw. And what's her name?
Her name is Jolie.
Jolie. So like a password of yours would be Jolie and then a number.
Yeah.
Like number 1?
Like my birthday.
Oh, when is your birthday?
June 12th.
Oh, nice. And what year were you born?
95.
Oh, great. So Jolie, 6, 12,
95.
95.
Yes.
Got it.
So you mean to give my password right now? No, I cannot do that.
But we all want to know what it is so we can tell you if it's strong or not.
Oh my goodness. Let me think. Okay, one is Tel Aviv. Yeah. 4, 6, 8, and then Israel. It's only 3, but it's, you know, it's for me it's strong enough.
Ireland, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Gemma, 1, 2, 3. Spelled G-E-M-M-A.
Well, most of them are Italian.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
Like
so
what?
like...
Like what's a good Italian password?
my grandma's name.
What's your grandma's name?
Maria.
Maria. So Maria is your password?
Oh yeah, now you know my password. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, the important thing is they learned a terrible lesson. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. Did you know?
Yeah. So it's very easy to hack the password because they are simply. And also, home is where your Wi-Fi connects automatically. We're going here. Your devices are already connected, probably to this free Wi-Fi. But somebody is listening what you are doing over the internet. It is easy to create the same hotspot as we have here, using laptop, using mobile phones. I have only 20 minutes to look what passwords are you using. The first password I cracked was Katerina. The second one was this. Probably the cat was going on the keyboard. This is hard password, but also cracked. Hasło, probably hasło in Polish. Martin. Yeah, this is your password. Or people somewhere here. So you are using the public Wi-Fi, and your website is not protected by SSL. WordPress is secure unless you are unsecure. Yeah. So please change password. Right now, I give you 1 minute. So these are workshops. Okay, let's go next slide. I saw that kind of infographics that 31% of why our WordPress were had is problem with the hosting. Yeah. I see also on many pages the same text, but I think this is false. Because if you are using very simple password, how can hosting protect you? It's not possible. Or they can just remove your WordPress installation, right? So about WordPress security, you should take care of it. But if you are choosing the hosting that is still supporting unsupported PHP version, you have problem. Many hostings in not also Polish market are still supporting not supported PHP version. Right now 7.3 and 7.4 should be used. But in many hosting we can see that 5.6 is still on the servers. So if you are on the server with the old and vulnerable version of PHP, you have a problem. There are local DDoS attacks, unauthenticated code execution, and more. So move out of these hostings if they use outdated and deprecated software. This is simple. Another one, remote MySQL connection. This is very useful for developers, right? But the problem is, connection to MySQL is not secured. By default, MySQL is speaking with MySQL is in the plain text, so we can read everything. Even if you are on, for example, this Wi-Fi connection. Somebody was using today the MySQL workbench and logging to the page. And this is the output of SQL. So it is easy to hack you because you are using non-secure connections. What's more? Some beta stuff, testing stuff, development stuff on the same server as production. WordPress config file.old.backup. It is easy to download this, to find this, and check what is there. Also, when you are disabling plugin, please remove it. Because if you don't remove the plugin, the code is still on the server and can be still used. But the problem is the WordPress doesn't want to update this plugin because it's disabled. For example, Revolution Slider, my favorite plugin. And some screen from Polish agency. It's copy, it's probably backup, copy in, yes. So you can download all backup of the WordPress sites. It's public. This is typical stuff on the WordPress sites. Some plugin is making the backup, keeping on the same server, and then you are able to download it. Antivirus and anti-malware hosting won't protect you. Why? Mostly this is used by Klamath. This is just nice tool, but as you can see on the bottom, this is the worst scanner ever. It's open source, it's free, but it's not good to find the malware. And also with malware, there's a problem because it is hard to find malware because, for example, malware is editing files and WordPress is also editing files using the same functions. So this is very hard to find malwares. Maybe this is kind of plugins. Hosting server has something like separation, directory separation, so PHP code can go to the different directory. Doesn't matter because 99% of attacks are through the HTTP request. Yeah, this is, I see people using auto-installators. This is from the WordPress forum why auto-installators are not fine. Mostly because they are using the full database prefix. They are installing unwanted plugins and themes that are outdated. Some of these plugins are issue. Some hostings added own plugins to this WordPress. Installing outdated versions of WordPress, setting wrong file permission to the, for example, upload dir. It's Word open so everybody can read and write. So it is easy to, for example, for me, to upload some stuff. So right now we can need to help. How? This is the current version of WordPress. And only 32% of websites are running the most current version of the software. So first of all, we need to update our stuff, our WordPress, our plugins, and themes. Also, upgrade PHP version. This is the text from the WordPress site. So if you are using older PHP version, it's at on your risk. Install plugin themes only from proven sources. Because there are many companies, people that downloading some kinds of plugins, creating own version, and uploading with the Trojan PHP shells. And you are downloading it. If you are using a lot of plugins in your WordPress installation, you need to make some plugin review. Every, for example, 1 month, you are still using this plugin, if this plugin is still secured, if maybe you disable this plugin, just remove the files. But if you are using, for example, plugins to the backups, yeah? In this plugin, you can also save the login and password to, for example, different FTP server to upload the backup. You know that the Trojan shell malware can read this data and also infect the remote FTP backups. Yeah, so providing data in WordPress is not secure. Yeah. For example, if you are using Updraft, they can upload to the S3, Amazon S3. Many people are providing some APKs to S3. And with the same key, hacker can create some virtual machines in Amazon and clean your credit card. Because you choose the plugin and set data there. Yeah, we should use two-factor authentication. Who is using two-factor authentication? Why not everybody? This is very easy. You just install one plugin and using, for example, hardware key or mobile device to log into the admin panel. So even if I take your password, Katerina or Heslo, you are still protected. Of course, you need to make backups, but also remember about rollbacks. Making backup is easy, but did you try to roll back your site? Or maybe ask your hosting if they're able to roll back site. How long it will take? Did you test hostings? So you can, for example, upload some file, delete it, and create ticket for hosting. Please roll back this file. And measure the time. How long it take? If they're able to roll back your stuff. If they're able, it's okay. If not, think about different hosting. Don't make backups at all, because if you're using plugin, somebody can steal this data. Okay, what we shouldn't do in the WordPress? Hiding version. Somebody's hiding version of WordPress? Why? This doesn't matter because malware doesn't read what version of WordPress are you using. They are attacking everything. If they succeed, they succeed. If not, they fail. So the same with the hiding admin panel, etc. This doesn't matter. Malware attackers doesn't read the version that is in the WordPress. Somebody's using security plugins? Yeah. What kind of? WordPress, yes, I know. It's their most buggy plugin ever. Why WordPress is not working? For example, if I'm a president, I need to have security. Yeah, the different people. WordPress is like similar to giving a gun to the president. It can't protect itself. WordPress and WordPress are working in the same environment. If the WordPress is buggy, or if somebody hacked WordPress, WordPress can defend. Because this is not level. If you have easy password, if there is a 0-day hacked in WordPress, some bug-in, for example, theme or the revolution slider, WordPress can protect you. But it shows nice dashboards that somebody was trying to log into your, yeah? And remember that building sites by adding more plugins looks like this. You shouldn't do this. Yeah, you should build site, code site, not adding more and more plugins, because you need to review these plugins, update these plugins, add these themes, and read the changelog if there are security holes. Do you think people who are building plugins are showing that there was some security issue in the changelog? No. Much more about security WordPress. I create a huge compendium, how to secure WordPress, in English and in Polish. It's under this QR code. This is a good question. In last presentation, I create a QR code. When you are taking a photo, your mobile phone was sending SMS. That's a good question. But this is right now, it's secure. More people are taking photo. Yeah. So remember, if you want to be secure in WordPress, upgrade and update. Plugins, themes, and everything related to WordPress. PHP, if you're hosting, are using old version of PHP, change hosting. Yeah. And thank you. Do you have questions? Oh, yeah, there are.
Thank you. That's a great presentation you had. I have a question about you mentioned hiding VP admin. I used on some sites the VP hide plugin so that I can set up a custom route to log in. How secure is that for some bots or malware that's scanning through sites? I know they're mostly looking for VP admin for logins, and if you set something custom.
Mostly these plugins are hiding the WP admin directory, but not hiding the request to the REST API, not hiding the WP login PHP file. So still malware is using this. So this is hiding. And for example, if you hide the URL and you are secured, malware can scan your website and create small DDoS attack you're looking for. If he finds WP logging and try to hack it, it can't, its failure, go away. If not find, it will be looking for, making a lot of requests. So sometimes it's better to, here is my login, try hacked. Okay, it's not, go, yeah.
What are the common mistakes you encounter in people's code?
What?
What are the common mistakes you encounter on people's code, be it plugins or
I am not developer, so it's hard to me. But mostly I saw that some developers are creating directories with full open permissions, mostly. but I'm not developer, so it's hard to me to find issues. But for example, I found the issue with duplicator. I don't remember, it's half a year ago, that there was a problem that duplicator, after moving the site, can't disable and remove itself, leaving the installer PHP on the server that was able to edit wp-config file. Editing wp-config file, you were able to disable the website. Yeah, we find with my friend during the sailing over the Croatia this bug, because a lot of sites in Poland were just hacked and disabled in one night. So this is a common mistake. For example, XSS, SQL injections. That's why WordFence can help, because if there is some SQL injection, you can inject SQL to disable WordFence. And after security, yeah. There was a question. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, hi.
Hi.
I'm Rose from Indonesia, and I was just thinking, we have lots of clients, and if I need to review like all of the plugins, we're like in trouble. You know, we only got a few team, right? I mean, you are the expert of the security. Most of us have like cross-site scripting, none like MySQL injections or anything, but most of it like cross-site scripting is happening. So what do you think, automations and giving it to third party just to give it up, like, you know, making them just checking it out for all of it? Or do you have any recommendations for this third party? Maybe you already reviewed them. Thank you.
Okay, so automation is a very good idea, because, for example, you are checking in the automation way a lot of plugins and updating them. You are hosting these clients on the one server, on different servers, their servers. It depends, because if you are keeping everything on your servers, it is easy, because you can run, for example, WP CLI to upgrade everything. Yeah. So what we are doing in many different clients, we are using automation to testing vulnerability using, for example, WP Scan. It's a nice tool. It's from command line that you can scan the vulnerability on the plugins, but you need to have access to the server, for example.
Another, I forgot what's the, sorry, just speechless. Another recommendation, like WordFence is another kind like WordFence.
So less plugin, more secure. Yeah. Really, because you have to not too many stuff to review. There are still secure. If you're using, for example, 2,000 plugins in one WordPress installation, there is a lot of stuff and dependencies, also with the secureness. Yeah. So, for example, building own plugins is more secure than public plugins.
Hello, thank you for the presentation. It was really great. I just want to ask, because I don't use any security plugins, basically what I use is don't have to hide in configs file my information about database, and also I'm using many lines in HT access file to set permission what I want, and many other lines which is in WordPress codecs. So is it okay to use just this, or do you have any other recommendation to secure sites?
If you are using updated version of everything, it's most enough, to be honest. If you are adding a lot of lines to the HT access file, and probably this is then I4IP. Yeah, so for example, I can random create a lot of IP and DDoS your website, and your hosting company says that your site is working slow and blocking the server because the HTML file is too long. Yeah, so I will, in the simple way, block your website, right? I think that you should remove it. The hosting company should block if they see some different and, for example, some too many requests to, I don't know, WP login. We are doing this, for example. So you don't need to take care about blocking the IPs. Because spoofing IP is also very easy. You can download stuff to spoof IP. But if you have updated WordPress and updated plugins, you are secured. I have 20 WordPress on the different places. They are still working, updating all the time. They are public and still not hacked. I have my own WordPress with some team from the Code Canyon, probably, and it was hacked 2 days after I buy the themes. Because it wasn't secure. The problem was because in this theme there was the revolution slider that wasn't updated, but it was nice, and that's all.
Hi.
Hey.
So how can we check if our WordPress websites are safe? Like, can we use, or do you have some recommendations for some automated penetration tests or tools?
There are a lot of these kinds of tools. One of the most popular is WP-Scan. There are two. The code is open on the GitHub. So for example, on the command line, you can just run this tool and he will change what kinds of issue is with the plugins, or the plugins are outdated. And there are a lot of security scanners that are making black hack scanning. So they will create a lot of different URLs trying to hack using the XSS, etc. But it will be good to have the separate server for this because they are making a lot of noises. And also you can use, for example, stuff like Apache Meter and create own scans and run automatically on the, for example, every build.
I have 2 questions at Slido. First, you already sort of answered, but I will pose it anyway. Which security plugins are safe?
That's all?
Yeah, that's the first one. So, yeah. That you answered already. And the second one is, how did you sniff the passwords?
From here? Mm-hmm. Just listening the Wi-Fi. I create the same Wi-Fi network as is here. It's Cubex Wi-Fi, it's open. And somebody just connect to me, thinking that is using this Wi-Fi. I said about the Wi-Fi in where it was. And it was, wait a second. So just create Cubex network on your iPhone and just wait. Somebody will connect to this Wi-Fi and install some, for example, Wireshark and start listening. And if somebody is connecting to the WordPress without SSL, you can read everything. This is really very easy. In the next 2 hours, I'm going to the airport and I'll be doing the same. Listen what the people do. Really, this is my hobby. People are watching, for example, Games of Thrones. I am watching what people do on the Wi-Fi.
More questions?
Just a question. Is there any difference if you are running a WordPress inside of Docker containers?
No.
Okay, thank you.
It doesn't matter. But if you are using the public Docker with WordPress installation, you don't know what is there. If you are building on Docker image, it's fine. If using public, you don't know. It's the same with auto installer. Somebody built this WordPress with some stuff, with some password, probably admin, because you need to run. And people are using it, yes. That's why it's better to manually install WordPress, manually create Docker, manually create Gutenberg blocks, not clicking. Yeah, it's easy after a few months of learning.
not sure if my question is in the scope of your talk, but I will pose it anyway. You touched on backups a bit, and the kind of backup I sort of struggle with is that I obviously know how to back up my database using some combination of WP, CLI, and some place where to store it, which is secure, I hope. I know how to back up my code because it's obviously all in the GitHub repositories. But the thing I still didn't really find a solution for our media because that's usually hundreds of megabytes or gigabytes even sometimes. So what would you recommend for that?
Your hosting is making backup?
It does, but I still would like to have the keys to the backup.
So change hosting.
Ah, okay. So it's still.
If you don't trust them, change hosting.
I see.
Because I think the hosting, because they are working on low level, they can fast and secure create backups. If you don't trust them, just change hosting or test them. Ask them about restoring the files. See it's working, it's not working. Move away very fast, yes?
I see.
For example, if you are uploading the files to the Amazon S3, you are making the backups? No. If you are uploading the stuff to Google Drive, making the backups? No, it's just we are trust that they will have the backups. The same is with the hosting. If hosting can create really strong backups in the, for example, 2 or 3 different places, you don't need to take care about this. If you don't trust them, find another provider.
Okay, any more questions? If no, then Kamil, thanks for a great talk.
Can I?
Yeah.
I was playing a little bit with VPScan, and I know it can gain usernames of WordPress. Can I prevent it somehow? Is it good to have, for example, administration account just for installing WordPress and plugins, and then do have some low permission accounts for just creating posts? Or how can I prevent VPScan to find usernames to my WordPress?
I was speaking with my friend who was trying to hide the logins. They are in too many places, if I remember. They are in the search pages, in the REST API, so it is hard to hide the login. And sometimes it's very easy to find the Slack of the author of the login. So I don't know how to secure this because this is the programmatic side. But from the server side, you can, for example, disable some kinds of URLs, deny using mod security on really at access. So block requests to these resources. But how to hide in WordPress, I don't really know. Probably there are some plugins doing this, and they suck. Cool.
Okay, if there's no more question, big thanks for your awesome talk. And